Hello friends, and welcome to the description on Aquarians. And well, this is what I have found. So how are Aquarians? Let us get ready to fun. How do you notice an Aquarian? Well, the Aquarians normally, they are people like, they might have broad shoulders, kind of wandering, dreamy eyes, always in search of something. Because they are like that inside of them. They are always looking for something. They want to study lots. They want to gain the knowledge. They are hungry for knowledge. This is the one sign that I've found. They are hungry for knowledge. They are hungry to know what's happening on all the levels. So if they are interested in politics, they will go to the depths. They will read a lot. They will try to see a lot of things, on the news, and they will read a lot. Then they will have their opinions. They are very opinionated people. And if it is about religion, the same thing. If it is about sports, no matter what subject interests them, they dive into it, just like the Scorpions actually. But here it is through lots and lots and lots of study that they get. They are researchers. They are like born researchers, I would say. They are these kind of people who like to dig deeper and deeper into things. They are like detectives also. Yeah, you cannot hide things from an Aquarian. Like they're so friendly. You feel so comfortable with them. You just start speaking to them, and you just start speaking, and they just ask you questions as if it's an interview. You just keep on speaking and speaking. They just ask you questions, and you just tell everything to them because you trust them. And when it comes to you asking them questions, they will not answer. They keep their secrets well hidden, but they will get your secrets out just like that. And you will not even notice that you have let out all your secrets to the Aquarian friend, but they keep their stories to themselves. They're very private people inside of them. They will keep it inside of them. They will hide the secrets very well, but yours are completely known to them. Yeah, so this is one of the traits of Aquarians also, not letting out their true feelings unless and until they trust you 100%. And Aquarians take a long time to trust. They cannot just trust at the drop of a hat. They cannot do that. They have to wait for long, then they see how you are, your behavior, and after that slowly they start trusting you. Gradually, it's a very gradual process. They cannot trust anyone very quickly like the other signs. For example, a Piscean trusts quickly, but an Aquarian cannot trust immediately. So you cannot say, oh, I have an Aquarian best friend. Well, most of the people, like I had this problem. I had an Aquarian best friend, and then afterwards, when we were in school, like I was like, oh, she's my best friend, but she was like that with everyone. And then I was wondering, is like, then what is the difference between, you call me your best friend, but you're like that with everyone else also. So, I used to be a bit surprised, but they are like that. They will treat everyone equally the same. They are the universal friends. They will make friends very easily. No matter where they go, quickly they make friends. Yeah, until and unless they have certain blockages inside of them. That can happen in some of the Aquarians who get blocked and have social anxiety also. Then they cannot open up, and then they are a bit shy. Otherwise, Aquarians, they kind of socialize very easily. They have many friends. This is the one sign I've seen with lot of friends. Yeah, lots of friends they have. And then the thing is that many a times what happens is that their friends feel that they are not very special. Like if they call somebody a best friend, then that best friend might feel that that person is like everyone else, because the Aquarian doesn't give a special importance to someone. And this is what happens in their life also. Many a times what happens is that with their partner, during the dating season for Aquarians, it can become a bit difficult because they are so casual and so cool in their times of dating is that the person in front doesn't understand, is this person in love with me, is the person interested in me, or is just passing time. But this is the Aquarian way, very cool. And something about them is that they can be a bit eccentric at times also, okay? They're kind of a very, there is a very fine line, because these people, the Aquarians, are extremely intelligent. I would say genius. These people are genius. And there is always a fine line between being genius and being insane, yeah? So some of them cross that path, rather that line of genius. When it becomes too much, people feel, oh, they've lost their mind, they're not normal, they have, they are a bit eccentric, or, things like that. But the thing is that the Aquarians are extremely genius. What is the sign of the Aquarius? It is the water bearer, yeah? It's carrying the water. And this pot, this water, is that of knowledge, is that of service, and is always pouring it. So Aquarians, the life purpose of Aquarians is service, always pouring this big pot that is full of water, the knowledge, the love, the compassion, yeah, the feeling of service, the feeling of brotherhood, the feeling of this universal love that they are carrying. They have to pour it. And many a times what happens is that the Aquarians are tired of this, because all the time they are just pouring, means they are serving, they are pouring this knowledge, they are pouring this love, they are pouring this compassion. Most of the Aquarians, we will find them in humanitarian, fighting for humanitarian causes. They are rebels, they are absolute rebels, these Aquarians. And these rebels are with a purpose, for a cause. They are not rebels without a cause. They are rebels with a cause, with a very deep cause. Have you ever noticed your Aquarian friends sending you petitions, to sign? Okay, this has happened, so okay, let's make a petition, let's circulate it, let's get more and more signatures. Or they are on the forefront of manifestations, on demonstrations. When they feel something is not right, they like to defy. They like to defy the authority. They like to defy the old traditions and customs. They don't believe in that. They feel like undoing it all, because they are very progressive. Know that Aquarians are futuristic people. They are very progressive. Today I am here in 2019, but they are, if they are sitting with me, they will be somewhere 60-70 years ahead of me. They're always very futuristic. They're inventive inside of their minds. They're genius, I said to you. They are genius people. Never doubt their intellect. They have this light of genius in them. And most of the Aquarians are the ones who will bring about reforms, who will transform a lot of things, who will reform. They are revolutionaries. These people are revolutionaries. When they speak, have you noticed, when they speak to you, they'll be speaking, and then suddenly they will make a kind of a very abrupt and a very rash comment. And you feel, is this the same Aquarian that I have been speaking to for the past so many hours? Is this the same Aquarian? You start wondering, because just suddenly something comes to their mind and suddenly they will deliver it. And why this suddenness? Because they are Uranians, they are ruled by Uranus, and there is of course the dash of Saturn. Okay, so the Uranus gives them this unpredictable nature. They can be quite unpredictable at times. Like your Aquarius friend can disappear just like that, one day to another, without any notice, nothing. You will feel that this person has died, or this person has got kidnapped, or has just disappeared somewhere. The earth has just sucked them off, absorbed them, and you will not hear from them for very long. And then suddenly, after a month or two, you just get a phone call, or they just stand at your door. Hello, how are you? It's like, I was worried for you. Where were you? Nothing, I was just around, So that's another side of the Aquarian. Those universal friends of yours, these Aquarians, these lovely people, they just disappear without any notice. Unpredictable. This nature is unpredictable. And if you are relying on them, you will feel thoroughly insecure as to, If you're in a relationship, you will almost cry, sobs. It will sting you that this person has disappeared without a notice. And you will not feel good about it. But they are like that. This is the other side. That's a warning for you. And that is the depth of the Aquarius, isn't it, my dear Aquarians? This is your depth. It's like you need a lot of people around you to feel secured. Your friendships give you security. They give you that word. They give you that drive. But at the same time, you need your time off. You suddenly disappear. You suddenly become aloof, especially when you feel a bit rejected in love or you feel a bit misunderstood. You just go away. You just disappear. You make that disappearing act. And people wonder what you're doing, but actually you are all alone. You need that solitude at that time. You need your space, and then in your solitude, you start thinking, you start introspecting over the past, or whatever has happened regarding a particular relationship, or if it was not a relationship, just to be alone, just to recharge that pot of yours, which you need to fill up all the time. And when after giving, it starts getting empty, and when it gets completely empty, you don't have anything left to give, and then you just make a disappearing act. You just want your solitude. You just want to be lonely. This is what I call the Saturn touch on you, where you become melancholic, at times depressed, and then you spend a lot of time thinking to yourself about all those things that have happened in your life. Most probably you go to books, and then you start reading a lot of books. You try to find solace, you try to find answers to those pressing questions of your life, while others are busy making judgments about you. Is that, oh, this person was not trustworthy, this person has run away, this person has been irresponsible regarding his or her duties, this person is no more no more in love with me, or no more wants me. And those people are busy making judgments and are feeling insecure about their relationship with you. But on your side, you are fighting that battle. You are working on yourself. You are resourcing yourself. And only loneliness can give you that. And then once you have filled up your pot with whatever you need at that particular time, you just open the doors and you're out, and you're yourself back. That universal friend is back. And people feel, where were you? And you never tell them what has been happening in your life. Only very, very close people will know a little bit about it, whatever has happened. Whatever is unconventional attracts you, my dear Aquarius. Even with little kids, you're very intuitive with their behaviors. Like, oh, how are these little things? Like, you feel everything has to be, everything has a reason. Everything has a kind of this puzzle. Everything is a puzzle for you. And whatever interests you, you take it as a puzzle, and then you start doing this puzzle. And once it is done, then you say, oh, okay, it was like that. Then you keep it aside and you want to look for another puzzle. And this can get you into problems regarding relationships. So my dear ones, if you are in a relationship with an Aquarian, be as mysterious as possible. Because these people love mystery. As far as you're mysterious, you have them. The moment they figure you out completely, they might lose interest in you, or they will start, wanting to find something new, or they might do something wherein you will react, and then they will watch your reactions, and there, once again, their interest gets born, or there is this birth of interest in you. So to keep an Aquarian, you have to be mysterious. You don't have to reveal yourself 100%. To reveal yourself, you lose them at the beginning, especially if you're dating an Aquarian. Never reveal yourself completely. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. They love that. They are detectives, as I said. They want to find everything. They want to find everything, and they do find everything. I think this inventors and scientists belong to this sign, because they're always wanting to find something. Whatever is hidden interests them, just like the Scorpios. Whatever is hidden will not miss their eye or miss their attention. Have you noticed with your Aquarian friends, or even your relatives, your partner, your children, Aquarian children also? Like suddenly they will send a question your way which can make you react very bad. Like everybody is saying east or ABC, but they will say XYZ, you know. Just, they love to play that game. They love to make you react, and they love to stimulate your brain. And then they want to see how you react under those situations. They will purposely do that. They will do that. They like that. They like to defy public opinions. They like to defy those traditional approaches, because they are people of the future. By mistake, they have landed in this age. They were supposed to be much ahead, or they take you there with their thought process. Whatever is a taboo, the Aquarian will want to break that taboo. Whatever it is. No matter what they are doing, where they are, if they are students, if they are housewives, if they are husbands, if they are, no matter what age, if they are the boss, if they are the employees, no matter what they are doing, they are against those conventional patterns. They are very unconventional people. They have a way with everything. They are different. They're completely different. And so sometimes you feel, are we with the aliens when we are with the Aquarians? Their mind is overworking all the time. It's running. The mind never sleeps, right, Aquarius? But the body needs that workout which your brain is doing. And then you feel very lazy for the workout. Yes, you're very lazy when it comes to workout, unless and until in the childhood you had this Libra parent or an Aries parent who was really getting you out over there and making you run for a few kilometers, or play badminton or tennis or swim or do some yoga. Or if it was compulsory for you at school, this is where you were doing the workout. But later I'm saying that, of what I have seen, is that they always have a reason not to exercise. I know. my brother is an Aquarian, and his wife told me, is like, once when we visited them, his wife told me, like, I said, wow, you have a lovely gym in your house. He said, yeah, he bought all those, those, how do you say, all those exercise machines to exercise. And I said, oh really? But I don't see as if he has been exercising. I said, he has put on a lot of weight. And she said, yeah, you're right, because he has just bought them but he never uses them. And I said, he was enrolled in a gym also. He says, yes, he was, but he never went there. It's like that. I said, what does he do? He will just take a book and he will read it. Knowledge, thirst, hunger for knowledge. Mind works out, but the body doesn't work out. And because of that, the Aquarians can have problems of gaining weight. They gain weight, and then what happens is that it's not that you all are lethargic or something, it's just that you feel there are much more important things to do than that. And then the problems with the health can start here. Most of the Aquarians I've seen have the problems regarding the heart. The heart, the kidneys also. I also see the arteries, hardened arteries they can have at one point in their lives. The movement is less. You have to move a lot, my dear Aquarius. And also, just because they like to sit at one place and not move much, well, the varicose veins can be one of the health problems that can take place. I've seen that with the Aquarians, and this is why a regular walk is very, very important. No matter if you don't go to the gym or whatever, just walk down. At least 10 minutes of brisk walking is very, very important for you, dear Aquarius. I've seen that. And yes, I've also seen many Aquarians having certain kind of phobias also. They're susceptible to phobias also. Very much I have seen that. There are some kind of hidden fears, doubts about themselves, and they overanalyze things inside of them, and because of that they create a lot of, if something has not even happened, this phobia creates something. Like, oh, I might lose this, and the thing is not lost for them, but just that fear, that phobia of losing something actually makes them lose that particular thing in life. They create that situation. And again, the dash of unpredictability. Suddenly, it will be done. And you are shocked at the Aquarian reaction. Aquarians are usually I've seen them, they're shy. Many a times they can be shy and, very withdrawn. Otherwise, when they are with their like-minded people, their friends and all, they're very open and they crack jokes. They're very, very funny. They are very funny. They will always make jokes, very intellectual, very witty kind of jokes. And what happens is that, and they laugh a lot also. Even on simple things, they will laugh so much. Have you seen your Aquarian friends? The way when you crack a joke, and they're laughing, and then they speak when they are laughing, their eyes are watering and they're speaking and laughing, and it's really funny to see, because that makes you laugh even more, looking at them, that they are so much wanting to say something, but the words are not coming out because they don't know whether to laugh or whether to speak at that time. That's really babyish, I see, about the Aquarians. So they are very funny, when they are with the like-minded people, they will crack jokes and all. But otherwise, people can find them a bit snobbish, a bit eccentric, a bit, withdrawn, shy. But see them in the groups, isn't it, dear Aquarians? When you're with your groups, the way you are kind of, like, wow, you're in your own ambience. You're so comfortable. You're just making fun. You're just, speaking things. And then, at one point of time, however, if somebody is getting on your nerves, you're still quiet, you're being polite, and then suddenly you can turn violent. Violent, not physically. It's very rare that an Aquarian becomes violent physically. It can happen, but it can be just a reflex, like if you're close to them and just they have done that and you feel you have been slapped. But actually it's not like that, not like the Taurian anger, where they make you reach the hospital directly. But here the Aquarians they get very angry, and when they get angry, they shake. The anger is violent, I have seen. They are, if you're a Cancerian, Pisces, or even a Scorpio lady, your heart will be broken. Your heart will be broken into pieces when they get angry. It's like, when they get angry, they can be very violent with their words. The words can be very harsh. It's like, boom. It's like, like the volcano erupts. It's very, very difficult to control them. And then their blood pressure will rise. Their face can become red, They become very mad at people, like, because if you have lied to them, if you have deceived them, then you better leave that room immediately, because you will see the volcano erupting in front of you, and that lava might burn you for the rest of your life, my dear ones. So Aquarian anger is not always, but just suddenly, and then you feel that, what did I say to get this on me? But what happens is that also with Aquarians, we have to understand is that they don't express themselves so well. Express in the sense, yes, they can give very good speeches and things, but when it comes to the deep inner feelings, they cannot express themselves, and then it becomes very difficult for them. Their words become prisoners in their throat. They get blocked here. This Vishuddhi chakra is the blockage for them. It's a big block over here. Because of those phobias, because of the fear of rejection, because of the fear of a lot of other things, it comes still there, it gets blocked. And then what happens is that there is this connection taking place over here all the time, This wants to come out, it's not coming out, and then just one drop in the cup which is filled, and then the whole thing explodes. And then you feel, why this person didn't say what he or she was wanting? They just are helpless there. They cannot express. Most of the times they cannot express the deepest, truest feelings. You have to understand them. They might appear very cold to you, but they just cannot express. And this is where, dear Aquarius, you have to work on that, because that is the blockage which prevents a lot of things. And those Aquarians who go beyond these blockages, they have made history, I would say, or they are making history as politicians, as social workers, as reformers, as transformers, as actors, as teachers, as doctors, as surgeons, as scientists, as inventors, as the people who can, go beyond the weaknesses. This part of Aquarius is very important. The moment they will communicate the way they want to communicate, to tell their innermost feelings, this is the magic click that takes place in their life. I've seen many a times that Aquarians are quite unlucky. They're quite unlucky, and I feel sad because I have so many friends, such beautiful, wonderful people, extremely intelligent, toppers in the class all the time, and their place used to be taken by somebody else. Always seen that. And they were very, they were not fighting for that place. It was strange because you people are rebels. You people have that power to fight for your rights, but many a times in real life, you allow people to take your place. If that particular seat was supposed to be for you, somebody makes an entry, takes that seat, and you get satisfied with the second good place. And I feel this is the humanitarian soul that is so much inside of you, which says, okay, we are universal people. There is this brotherhood feeling. So, okay, one of my brothers or sister has taken the place. And that I have seen. I don't know if it is self-inflicted unluck or it really exists in your life. Sometimes I've seen that the Aquarians are almost about to get something and something gets snatched away from them. And I feel sad about it. Always, I have two of my friends who are Aquarians, very good friends. I would call them very innocent and very pure souls. I can just tell you, these girls were really like my, I could confine in them whatever was my deepest, things that would trouble me. I will just, other than any other, I used to tell them always, whatever was troubling my mind, I would speak to those two friends of mine, Samita and Smita. I remember their names. So I would always I would discuss with them, and they had this kind of very compassionate nature to really calm me down. This is one of the Aquarian quality. As they themselves are completely strained on their nerves, they understand people who are nervous, who are not fine, and they have this ability to be empathetic. They can connect to your pains. Sometimes even one or two words from your side, and they understand it. They are so developed in that empathy, is that they understand you. They understand your struggle, your pain, and they will calm you down. They have that. No matter how much of a hysteria is there around, they can calm down the worst hysteric just with their words, with their calming compassion. And that's why they can be very good nurses, psychologists, psychoanalysts also, because they understand. And this is a gift from God to you guys. You can understand, and you have to make use of it. And this is where they also feel, is that why can't people understand me like the way I understand you? I don't speak and you don't understand me, but you don't speak, but I understand you. You see, This is what goes on in Aquarian life. This is why they need partners who are very caring, very loving. Because if they feel rejection in love, they isolate themselves, and they can fall into depressions, and they can fall into the feeling that they have lost all their capacities, that they are not good enough. Then they want to live alone. They start destroying themselves unless and until that click takes place. And then they are back. Expression is very much needed with Aquarians. You guys are very independent in nature. You don't like to be told what is to be done. You are independent. For some time, till you're growing up here, it's okay, to take the directions. But after, you want to do your life your way. And then if you feel imprisoned, that you cannot express your authority, you cannot express this love towards somebody because you are chained in a particular ambience, then you will just escape or try to escape that, and that will be done very brutally. And then everybody is again like, wow, what happened? So what happens with you all? Unpredictability so much. This Uranus gives so much of unpredictability in your nature, and of course you're the air sign, so it's all the the movement, the going everywhere. Yeah, so sometimes this wind, the air turns into the wind, into a whirlwind, and it takes everyone in that, and then everybody is just spinning and spinning and spinning, and then boom, like the Sudarshan chakra, going round and round, and boom, you throw everything off, everything is destroyed, and then you want to reconstruct everything. For them, it is like live and let live. An Aquarian will never tell you, rather will tell you, but never dictate anything. Like we can have, the fire signs will do this and do that, but they will just say, I feel you should do this way, that way. The rest is your own free will, your own choice. That's your own choice. They will never push you into anything. They will just try to speak to you, and because of that, what happens is that many a times, as they cannot force things on others, they are bound to lose things also in life, because they cannot. They respect that privacy, that space, they respect, and they feel, I'm giving you space, you give me space, I respect you, you respect me. As simple as that, give and take has to be there. Not the give all the time, because afterwards their pots are empty, and after that they fall into depressions, solitude, melancholy. How long? At one point of time they are like, okay, understand me, I understand you. Okay, I find this is not okay, but if you can make a change, you can make a change. But otherwise, well, it's your life, it's your choice. So they are very liberal when it comes to giving advice, not giving advices, but rather explaining things. They will never impose anything on anyone. I've seen that in them. No, they don't have that. They don't have that. They cannot dominate. Dominate in the sense, they will tell what they want, but they cannot make another person say, okay, you do this, means you do this right now. It's not possible. They're not like that. For them it is live and let live. And that's how happy we can be. This is why they have this nomadic nature, inside of them. Free like a bird, like a butterfly. Yeah, going in the garden, watching all the beautiful flowers. They like to be like that inside of them. And yet they like to be tied. So this tug of war keeps on happening the whole life, being under control and being free. Relationships for them, many a times they can feel that, it's like those kind of responsibilities, like this has to be done at this time and that time. That doesn't work with Aquarians. They will show up on time, they will be very punctual, but you don't have to tell them, you see that on this at 4:01 you have to be here, and they will be like, what's this person saying? I will be there, but don't give me all this, your conditions and formats. No, the Aquarian brain doesn't work like that. They are beyond. This brain is so developed and extensive that you are speaking about 4 o'clock and 1 this thing, but they are, 100 years ahead of you in some other dimension. Yes, the dimension, this part reminds me, you are very intuitive souls. You have premonitions. You have these intuitive dreams also. Many times the Aquarians will have those dreams which will tell them what is coming in their life. They will have that. And they will analyze these dreams. Pay attention to your dreams, my dear Aquarians. You have that a lot inside of you. You have to really, your dreams will speak to you. You will have those hunches, those intuitions are very much there. You can almost predict things to say what can happen where. If I invest over here, is this going to be fruitful over here? If I leave this person, what am I going to become in these many years? If I am with this person, so much they are ahead of their times that they can see the future so well. They are futuristic people. So much. And I wonder if all the Aquarians realize these gifts that they have. The sheer genius, the sheer voyant mystics, gurus that you all are. So much you have learned that you're pouring the knowledge. You are the guru. You pour the water of knowledge on people who have less of it. And at the end of the day, you are those practical, cold people when people look at you. But with this heart that nobody understands, is striving so much to strike that balance between that cold practicality and eccentric touch that is inside, and this warm, always misunderstood, rebel, genius, guru that is inside of you. Life is a struggle until and unless you find your powers, my dear Aquarius. You have tremendous to give, tremendous talent. You have everything to give out there. So many people are waiting for that one drop from your part of compassion, of love, of peace, of intellect, of your experiences. Pour those drops in their hands, in their lives. Reform, transform, help them. You are universal people, so you have a bigger duty towards mankind, and only one Aquarian can bring about big changes. So imagine all the Aquarians on this earth start working towards it. How much more can you achieve? This world will be a beautiful place. We will have people to tell us, these beautiful genius Aquarians, to tell us that what lies ahead of us and what should we do today in order to be happy tomorrow. We need people like you, my dear Aquarians. Make the most of it. Don't shy away. Break that prison here. Express the ways you can. So thank you, my dear Aquarius, and I hope you like to journey into the depths of an Aquarian just like I enjoyed. It was very deep. I have not touched the bottom till now. Please do like, share and comment, and please do share it with all your loved ones if you're an Aquarian, if you have any Aquarian relative, because they have to know their power. I feel many of them don't know their power yet. They have to know their power. This rebel, this humanitarian peace fighter who can bring about so many beautiful things on this earth. Waiting for your Aquarian works, my dear Aquarius. So thank you very much, and I wish you a blessed day ahead. Take good care of yourself and don't shy away from pouring that beautiful all those secret ingredients that you have in that pot on all of us. Thank you very much, and take good care of yourselves. Please do subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much. Bye bye. God bless. Bye.